Halito, try what's happening with you. Man, it's crazy. I just watching that video, I just realized that record store is right here by my house. That's I know exactly where that record store is. Um Check this out. What's happening, everybody? I wanted to jump on real quick before I go to work, man, before I get out of here for work. Um I see my sister Amora is on live, so I know a lot of y'all probably over there watching Amora, which is cool. Y'all can go come back and check out this replay. Um, and definitely those of you um who's been dealing with the so-called saga online, as to where there's this side and there's this side. Okay. Um, Peace, Nikki. Peace to everybody checking in. Facts over feelings checking in. What's happening with you, brother? My sister Pat Platinum Bracelet is definitely in the house. Shout out to you, sister. Chris Jackson is definitely in here. Mimi Woods is in here. Jasmine Bird. Nikki, what's happening? Um, Now this video I'm getting ready to show y'all is a short video. But I told y'all, when I find things of inspiration, I try to bring it to you guys too. If it talks to me, I try to bring it to you guys too. Just Tio, what's happening with you? Just for a form of inspiration of some sort, hopefully, in somebody's life. Now, as I watched this video, as I watched this video, um, I put a lot of things into perspective. Okay. Um, in my life, in my life, as I listen to these laws, right? As I listen to these laws, I put a lot of things into perspective into my life as to who I am as a person, um, who I'm trying to be as a person. Hey, sis, what's happening with you? Tell your mother I said hello, man. Tell your mom I said hello. Tell your mom, man. I got a chance to speak in front of your parents, man, and that meant a lot to me. Beautiful people, beautiful people. Um, as I listened to this video, dealing with the laws of karma. All right, I put a lot of things in perspective into my life, and then I also had a chance to view this for those of you who are or have been involved in that in the online so-called saga. I think if you watch this video, it would definitely tell you what side of the game you're on when it comes to karma. All right. And it will also definitely tell you which side of the game you are on in your life of who you are as a person and who you are striving or not striving to be. All right. So I'm gonna go through this video. Salute, Chase. What's happening with you? Um, Also, this conversation came, this inspiration for this live right here came up last night while I was at work. And I was talking to some sisters about religion. And these two sisters, they believe in they follow religion. And I was explaining to them why I don't follow religion. You know, and what I was trying to explain to them was just because I do not follow religion, it does not make me a bad person in the universe. All right. It doesn't make me a bad person because I choose not to follow any man-made religion. All right. It doesn't make me a bad person. Also, I can show you a bunch of people who do follow. Now for those of you involved in this so-called saga, think about all the people that sit up here and they quote all these Bible scriptures and they're online praying, they praying over people's lives and stuff. And these are some of the worst people online that you can cross. Like these are the same people that's doxing your family. These are the same people that's um taking you to court. These are the same people talking about your children. These are the same people who won't give back to humanity, but want to disrespect you. So I want you to, for those of you dealing with the saga part of things, a lot of this is going to resonate with you as a person and who you are and which side of the fence you stand on in humanity. Okay. Also, it should just give you some type of reflection on your life going forward. Hopefully. Okay. I'll play the video because it spoke to me. It spoke to me again. And like I told y'all, I'm no teacher out here. I'm nobody's teacher. I'm nobody's scholar. But when things do speak to me, Kim, what's happening with you? Man, oh man. Yeah, oh yeah, you got the flu. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Get better, sis. Yeah, I forgot you told me you had the flu. Um, I'm nobody's teacher. I'm nobody's scholar. But when I do find things that speak to me, I try to bring it back to the tribe. You feel what I'm saying? And hopefully, in some type of way, it inspires you or it causes you to think also. Okay. Black Indian, what's happening with you? What's happening? What's happening? Checking in. Halito tribe. So I'm gonna play this video. This video is the 12 laws of karma. It's a short video, very short video. Okay. But I'll jump in and give a little commentary where it speaks to me. Okay. So let me get the video real quick. I did have it up on the screen. I knocked it down. I actually knocked it down. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna play the video, and like I said, I'll jump in here and there when I want to interject.
Brainy Dose presents the 12 laws of karma that will change your life. Almost everyone has heard of karma. However, karma is not about punishment and reward as many people think. It's more about cause and effect.
Now, I want to stop there. I want to stop there first of all. A lot of people think karma has to do with uh rewards and stuff. And I too don't look at it as rewards. I do look at it as cause and effect because I was a good person in the universe. I'm hoping that my actions, whatever I put out into the universe, comes back to me in that manner. So this is a reason I changed my mindset of the way I treat people and hoping that what I put out in the universe is going to come back to me in that way. Do good things and bad things happen to people, good people. Do good and bad things happen to good and bad people? Yes, it's life. But I try to change my percentages, all right? All right, I try to change my percentages of how I treat people. And hopefully, me treating people good will cause people to send that energy back to me. Cause and effect, karma, cause and effect.
Karma is the result and
Sister
effects of your
Zion, what's
past
happening?
intents and actions.
My sister Zion checking in. Shout out to you, Sister Zion. Cause and effect.
Reward, as many people think. It's more about cause and effect. Karma is the result and effects of your past intents and actions. Knowing about karma can be beneficial and will help influence the way you deal with others. If you want your causes to have good effects, then you need to intentionally take actions that will culminate in the positive results you desire. Mastering these actions is key to living a meaningful and fulfilling life and having karma smile at you in the end. So here are the 12 laws of karma and how you can apply them to your benefit. Number 1, the Great Law. As you sow, so shall you reap. Just as a farmer plants seeds and expects a period of harvest, whatever you sow, you will also reap. Whatever you do unto people will eventually be done unto you. When you choose to treat people right, you will discover that they often reciprocate and behave more positively toward you too.
Now, I want to, for the people that know what I'm talking about when I talk about the saga, I want you to pay attention to both sides of the game. You got one side that's a bunch of angry, mad, and just evil people. Then you got another side. You have another side where you see everybody's laughing, they're happy, they're giving back to humanity, and they're feeling good about what they contributed to. You feel what I'm saying? Pay attention to that. You reap what you sow.
It may take time, as seeds often take time to grow, but your words, actions, or thoughts eventually always yield their harvest. They may return to you as love, money, or happiness. You should therefore be kind and courteous to people irrespective of the circumstance. Remember, your actions and even your reactions will come back to you somehow. Number 2, the law of creation. You attract what you are, not what you want.
You attract what you are. I attracted a bunch of beautiful people this past weekend. I attracted a bunch of gorgeous, beautiful people inside and out this past weekend as we went out into the community to give back to humanity. Balance. It's definitely about balance. You attract what you are. This is why I keep my circle very small. This is why I don't hang around certain people. This is why I was making the comment to one of these content creators who claims to be a life coach and a guru. And I was saying, why would you try to attach yourself to a pedophile ring, an online pedophile ring? Like, if you claiming to be this enlightened person and you claiming to be this and that, why would you attach yourself willingly to something of that magnitude? Because you attract what you are. I don't want to be associated with anything. This is why I went so hard when y'all heard me speak up on the pedophile guy, Maine. Maine, you so funny. This is why I was so adamant about him not being in the spaces of what y'all call a sisterhood. It wasn't a good look. This is why I was so adamant of like, yo, do y'all want to check into this guy? Because you attract what you are. And I didn't want to be associated nowhere with that guy's name. I didn't even want to be seen on a panel with that guy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to even be seen in a chat and that guy was sitting up on the panel. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and somebody screenshotting my name while this guy is sitting up on the screen. I didn't want to be attached to that. So I removed myself from that. You attract what you are. And look at what some of y'all are. Just stop and take a look and look at some of the people y'all attract to y'all. Let's take a look at this guy. Now, my American Indian family, y'all have no clue who I'm talking about when I say this. Y'all don't know. Just give me a second. Let's take a look at this guy, D-Ham. Sausage, I call him Sausage Santana. Look who he attracts to him. And you have to ask yourself why. Look at the laws of karma. You attract what you are. So he is one sassy, messy male on this World Wide Web. And this is why I don't give him the time of day. This is why I don't give him the time of day. But look at the people on that side of the game from the saga, you guys. Look at those people. You attract what you are. They're all mad over there. Mad, mad, mad. They're snaking each other. They're snaking each other. They're releasing each other's this and releasing each other's that. They're posting pictures of people's deceased family members. You attract what you are. And you reap what you sow. Cause and effect. It's bound to come to you. This is why I try to treat people good in the world. And again, this has nothing to do with religion. These are just life's principles. Simply life's principles. I don't need a religion to follow these principles of life right here.
The law of creation teaches us that we are more in control of our own lives than we know. Most people often blame others for the wrong things that happen to them, instead of taking accountability and striving to shape their own destinies. Do not take a
Charles, what up?
backseat in your own life. Seize the
Sierra, what up?
opportunities and ideas that come to you and make the best of
Let me
them.
run that back,
It
y'all.
teaches us that we are more in control.
Let me run that back real quick. Laws of creation. Number 3, laws of creation.
You attract what you are, not what you want. The law of creation teaches us that we are more in control of our own lives than we know. Most people often blame others for the wrong things that happen to them.
You make choices. You choose to connect with the people that you connect with. You choose to be the evil piece of shit that you connect with, or you can choose to be an uplifting, positive influence, motivational inspiration to somebody. You choose to be a piece of shit, or you can choose to be a good influence. Look at the people over there on that side of the saga, and look at the people over here who they connect with. There's a difference. There's a very big difference in the way these people interact with each other and the circle of people they have around them. You got a bunch of mad, angry, low life, disgusting drunks, prostitutes, sissies, and scumbags, bottom of the barrel people over here. Beggars, con artists. This is what you deal with on one side of the saga. Then you have a side of the saga where everybody's laughing, they're happy, they're dealing with each other, they're meeting up, they're enjoying life. You make those choices to connect with certain type of people in your life. But don't complain about how your life looks if it's not to your liking, because you choose to connect with certain type of energies.
You attract what you are, not what you want. The law of creation teaches us that we are more in control of our own lives than we know. Most people often blame others for the wrong things that happen to them.
Don't blame me because you choose to link up with sick energies. Don't blame nobody else. Blame yourself. Blame yourself.
Instead of taking accountability and striving to shape their own destinies, do not take a backseat in your own life. Seize the opportunities and ideas that come to you and make the best of them. Also, note that you eventually become whatever you continue to see around you.
Woo! You eventually become whatever you see around you. This is why I keep my circle very small, and this is why I don't connect with a lot of people. This is why a lot of people don't like me. It's really because we don't gel. We just simply don't gel. You want to be a piece of shit. I don't want to be a piece of shit. So you don't like me because I don't want to be a piece of shit like you.
So surround yourself with things that are in line with where you are going and what you want to be. This doesn't mean you should try to change the people around you. If you try to do this, you may not succeed.
I can't control you. I can't control you. Only thing I can control is me. And hopefully, inside of me, you see some type of inspiration or positivity that makes you want to come on this side and go forward in a positive direction with me. I'm only going 2 directions. That's up and that's forward. Either I'm going to the top or I'm progressing forward. All right. I don't want to go any other direction. I don't want to go any other direction. And if you're trying to pull me in any other direction, you're not good for me. And I'm going to disconnect with you. You won't resonate with me.
Instead, work toward improving yourself, because only you are responsible for what happens to you. Number 3, the law of humility. What you resist persists. In life, for you to tackle problems and find solutions, you have to first admit that you have such problems and challenges.
Woo! You have to first admit. You have to first admit, which means it has to be a thought. Any path to freedom starts with a thought. It has to be a thought in your mind that you need to be freed from something. How can you be free if you don't know you need to be freed from something?
It is often our inability to accept that we have certain struggles that hinder us from finding solutions. But you can't change a situation without coming to terms with it. When you continually see something negative going on in your life and you refuse to accept that it exists, you basically start building up negative energy against it.
Woo! Listen to some of these content creators out here. They can't even, you got a bunch of narcissistic content creators out here who have influence over a lot of people. They can't even inside of them acknowledge that they have a problem to deal with. They can't even acknowledge themselves. How can they deal with their problems? How can they lead you if they can't even acknowledge that they have flaws? They think they're perfect. They think they're God's gift to people. They can't acknowledge that they are human just like everybody else and they have flaws. This is why I tell y'all, I'm no teacher, I'm no scholar. I want to learn and grow with y'all. I want to walk with the people. This is why they hate me.
You can't change a situation without coming to terms with it. When you continually see something negative going on in your life and you refuse to accept that it exists, you basically start building up negative energy against it. And unfortunately, this energy comes to reside inside of you. On the other hand, when you learn to accept that you have these problems, you come to acknowledge that the power to affect change and find solutions also rests within you. So take a proper look at your life, assessing everything thoroughly, both the negatives and the positives. Accept your reality and where you're at. Then you will find the strength to make the necessary changes. Number 4, the law of growth. Wherever you go, there you will be. If you want to grow and make your dreams and visions a reality, you have to realize that your inner life controls the outer world. Your thoughts eventually become what you act upon, and your actions frame your world.
Your thoughts, oh man, eventually become what you act upon. What you act upon. Okay, y'all, again. Now, my American Indian family, y'all give me a second. I'm kind of talking to two crowds here. All right, I'm kind of talking to two crowds here. My American Indian family, listen, we understand we're dealing with this spiritually. We're dealing with this on the inside of us. I'm just trying to show my other people that's new to me from the saga. Your thoughts become what, and you start to act upon these things. Look at both sides, draw a line, and look at these people on this side, and look at these people on this side. You had people who had the thought of coming out and helping humanity the other day, and you had people over here on this side who wanted to disrespect people coming out to help humanity, and they talked down on positivity. That tells you who people are. This is what tells you who people are. Tells you who people are.
Reality, you have to realize that your inner life controls the outer world. Your thoughts eventually become what you act upon, and your actions frame your world. To change your world and grow, you have to change its core fabric, your thoughts.
Woo! I just said this. Any path to freedom starts with a thought. You can't be freed from something if you don't know you need to be freed. All right. Yo, I just look at how people attack me. They attack what I do, and I say, golly, you can't win for losing with a lot of these people. My goodness. It makes me wonder about the thoughts in people's heads. Like, what type of people are these? Look, these are some sick-minded thinking people. And that's it, that's all.
Harboring
all.
negative thoughts will create a negative environment.
Harboring negative thoughts will create a negative environment. That's why I keep my circle small. I had a friend I had to back away from. I had a friend, I had a true story. I had a friend I had to back away from. And it was no beef. It was no beef. I just got to a point where our morning conversations we were having, and we would have like conversations like every morning. our morning conversations we would have, I just kind of got tired of hearing these. You know, somebody that has a new story every day about the drama in their life. Well, this is how this person was. Every morning there was a new story about something that went on in the hood and something that went on in his city. And it just got it just got draining to me that every morning when we're trying to talk about where we're trying to go in life, it was three of us that would be on the call. And every morning you got a new story about what happened in the hood last night and what you had to go through and da 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 da. And eventually I stopped getting on the calls. I stopped answering the phones for the calls in the morning. Eventually the person asked me, "Yo, what's up, man? Well, like you don't mess with me like that." Woo, woo, woo. And I had to simply tell him, "Brother, it ain't no beef with me and you. Me and you ain't got no beef." I simply told him, "You just don't inspire me positively anymore." So all I did was backed away. Like I just removed myself. There's no beef with me and you. Positively, you just don't inspire me anymore. The conversations we have in the morning, when you come into the conversation, there's two different conversations. You have one conversation that's discussing moving up and forward, and then your conversation that takes us back into the hood and the drama of life. And it was your stories and your situations wasn't motivating me positively. It changes the whole dynamic of our conversation of moving up and forward. So eventually I just had to move back from you, brother. Like, you know, our conversations, our conversations were not the same. They just wasn't.
While positive thinking is the only thing that will build you a positive world, keep restructuring your reality by improving your thoughts and choices, and you will grow to achieve all that you dream of. Number 5, the law of responsibility. Our lives are of our own doing, nothing else. This law, like the law of creation, focuses on the fact that our reality is a continuous reflection of our state of mind. When you notice commotion and turmoil around you, you have to start taking responsibility for the situation you find yourself in. Start taking steps to get out of these kinds of situations by taking time to engage in deep inner reflection and pursuing peace. Even when something terrible happens to you unexpectedly, do not waste time mulling over the experience. Instead, learn the lessons and take responsibility for making things better. When you become responsible for all your thoughts and actions, you have a sense of control, which is necessary to push yourself forward. Number 6.
Shout out to everybody checking in. I see my sister Sheena Nicole has checked in. Renita checked in. What's happening with y'all? Hey, we talking about the 12 laws of karma real quick. And for I'm kind of talking to two crowds in here. My American Indian family, my spiritual family, but I'm also talking to uh, the people who are new to me from the so-called internet saga. All right, because there's a lot of y'all in here, so I'm just trying to show y'all a difference in the people on both sides of the fence. Okay, and you might want to get away from some of these people if you care to change your life.
Law of connection. Everything you do is somehow connected. The past, present, and the future are all connected, and your past and present hold significant sway over your future. You should realize that no one step will suddenly shoot you into that future of your dreams. Every single step you have ever taken and the ones you take right now are equally important. Your future is actually a culmination of your previous choices and steps, so all of them count. Therefore, make an effort to take steps which are consistent with your destination. Only that way can you get there. Number 7, the law of focus. You cannot think of two things at the same time. In your quest for improvement, it is vital that you concentrate on the things that truly matter.
Shout out to my cousin checking in. Shout out to Ken. What's happening with you? Much love to you, cuzzo. It's gonna be cool, cuz. Hey,
The law of focus.
I understand.
You cannot think of two things at the same time. In your quest for improvement, it is
I'm sorry, y'all. Let me run this back real quick. Let me run this back. I think I fast forwarded. All right. I'm sorry.
Number 6, the law of connection. Everything you do is somehow connected. The past, present, and the future are all connected, and your past and present hold significant sway over your future. You should realize that no one step will suddenly shoot you into that future of your dreams. Every single step you have ever taken and the ones you take right now are equally important. Your future is actually a culmination of your previous choices and steps, so all of them count. Therefore, make an effort to take steps which are consistent with your destination. Only that way can you get there. Number 7, the law of focus. You cannot think of two things at the same time. In your quest for improvement, it is vital that you concentrate on the things that truly matter. The law of focus helps you place your attention on those values that will primarily assist you in attaining the heights you seek. Focusing on positive emotions, development, and goals will leave you with no time to focus on negative things. And that's a good thing, isn't it? When you find yourself in not-so-pleasant circumstances, always look on the brighter side. It might be a difficult thing to do, but when you form the habit of recognizing the lessons in negative events, you will learn from these experiences and get even better.
Yo, real talk. I told y'all, after I had my spiritual awakening, this was one of the things that helped me understand a lot of things. Even in bad times, I started to change my way of thinking, my thoughts. Even when I was going through things, even when I was maybe worried about something, I began to change my way of thoughts. I started working on changing my way of thoughts, and even in the bad times, I tried to think positive. I tried to speak positive. I tried to keep my energy upbeat. And I promise you, a lot of things turned out different when I began to change my way of thinking and even the way I spoke into the universe. Now that's me personally. This is something that worked with me personally. I'm not saying this is everybody's situation. I'm telling you, when I would change my way of thinking, even in negative situations, so there's been times things have turned out more positive than I expected.
Number 8, the law of giving and hospitality. Demonstrating our selflessness shows true intentions.
I linked up with a bunch of beautiful people this weekend who wanted to give and show hospitality to the less fortunate. Some people even donated because they couldn't be there in the physical form. Yet you had other people, other human beings who found some way to disrespect positivity, giving back, and hospitality to humanity. This is what I'm telling y'all. You reap what you sow, you attract what you are. You attract what you are.
Demonstrating our selflessness shows true intentions. It is impossible to have a belief that wouldn't reflect in our actions. Truthfully, our actions are surer proof that we really believe. If a life of meaningful impact is what you truly seek, then selflessness is a cardinal virtue you have to demonstrate continually. You should learn to be accommodating, open, and helpful to people, even
You should learn to be accommodating and helpful to people, not out here just trying to tear people down. You feel what I'm saying? Florida Geechee, what's happening with you? Not trying to tear people down.
have to demonstrate continually. You should learn to be accommodating, open, and helpful to people, even when you barely know them. When this becomes your life habit, it is proof that you have attained some form of growth.
Shout out to all the people that obtained some form of growth when they came out with me to help the homeless, the less fortunate, the unsheltered. Shout out to those people who showed some form of growth. Shout out to those people who donated and wanted to be there but couldn't. Shout out to those people. My people from the so-called saga. Is this making sense to y'all? What type of people y'all are dealing with on that side of town versus you and who you're connected to? If you're a part of that online saga, listen to this video and ask yourself who you're attached to. And ask yourself, are you proud of those people that you're attached to? Look at their characteristics. Were you on the side that was disrespecting people, trying to be selfless and give back and show hospitality to humanity? Or were you one who was all for giving back to humanity? Which side were you on? Who were you connected to? Are you proud of those people that you're connected to? That says a lot about who you are when you look at yourself and see who you're connected to.
Truly seek, then selflessness is a cardinal virtue you have to demonstrate continually. You should learn to be accommodating, open, and helpful to people, even when you barely know them. When this becomes your life habit, it is proof that you have attained some form of growth, because truly matured people lead selfless lives. They're always ready to give and help the growth and improvement of others.
They said truly matured people are always ready to be selfless and help others. Truly matured people. Who do you stand next to? What type of people are you standing next to? Shout out to Shalom. Shout out to Sonya C checking in. Much love to y'all. Wow.
It is proof that you have attained some form of growth, because truly matured people lead selfless lives. They're always ready to give and help the growth and improvement of others. Number 9, the law of presence. One cannot be present if they are looking backward, or for that matter, forward. This law is a tricky one because it seems to imply that the past and future don't matter, somewhat seeming to contradict the 6th law, but that's not really the case. Let's look at it like this. As humans, we often have the tendency to get caught up in thoughts about past achievements or failures, and sometimes it's living in our dreams of the future that hinder us from seeing the potential of the present. We tend to forget that the present counts much more than the past and the future. Actually, the steps you take in the present are more important than the memories of the past and the dreams of the future. You need to learn how to deal with the past and the future while living in the present. Use lessons from the past and use your dreams of a grand future to drive yourself to take the necessary steps that are required right now.
I always tell people, when I had my spiritual awakening, I was told, Callie, everything you went through, even in your past, you had to go through that journey of your life. That was a part of your journey. I'm talking about from the drug overdose to you being shot to the Bell's palsy attack to all of this, right? This is Indian Mac, what's happening with you? Mac, what's happening? Long time no see. What's happening with you, bro? Halito. I was told in my spiritual awakening, you're going to have to go some places other people can't go to help other people, because nobody wants to hear you can make it, you'll be okay, from somebody who hasn't walked in those shoes. Nobody wants to hear you can overcome, you can do it, you can make it, from somebody who's never had a drug overdose. You don't want to hear it from somebody who's never been shot before. You don't want to hear it from somebody who's been sick with something and they've overcame it, right? So I was told everything you went through in your past, the good, the bad, the ugly, it's a part of your journey, because you're going to have to go places in the future to help somebody else. All right. So I like this part right here. I definitely like this part.
Past and the future. Actually, the steps you take in the present are more important than the memories of the past and the dreams of the future. You need to learn how to deal with the past and the future while living in the present. Use lessons from the past and use your dreams of a grand future to drive yourself to take the necessary steps that are required right now. Number 10, the law of change. History repeats itself unless changed. Nothing changes unless you change it. That is the law of change. For you to correct negative choices and bad habits, it's not enough to merely make up your mind to do it. You have to take action in order for the changes to actually come to fruition. If you discover a negative trend in your life, then you have to make an effort to turn it around.
Now, real quick. Hold on. Chill out. Hold on, y'all.
Even though
And my dogs, man, when they hear the family coming in, boy, they go crazy. Um, it's not enough to just think about wanting to change your negative ways. And I'm gonna say this. I hear a lot of people get on this World Wide Web and they want to, a lot of evil people, and they want to throw out these Bible verses and they want to tell you what thus says the Lord and Jesus this and Jesus that and God this, and they want to speak for God and they want to tell you this and tell you this, all this positivity stuff. It's not enough to just think and talk like you're positive, like you're trying to change your ways. It takes your actions. You can't in one breath be out here, oh, God says this and God says that, and God said the Holy Spirit this and the Holy Spirit that, and then you turn right back around on your next live and you drinking, you smoking, you cussing out everybody, you walking people like dogs, like, you know what I'm saying, you being disrespectful to people's deceased family members. It's not enough to think and talk a good talk. You have to actually take the actions. You have to take some form of action to attempt to change your life. I heard the sister Ashley D on her live the other day. I was listening to it at work last night. And I heard her saying, and this guy calls himself a man of God. He's supposed to be a man of God, yet he's posting my dead sister on his channel in a disrespectful manner. Just tells you about who you're dealing with. You can't just talk that God stuff. You can't talk that positivity stuff, and there's no action behind what you're trying to do. You can't say, oh, I want to change. I'm going to change. I promise you, I'm going to change. It's a bunch of woulda, coulda, finna people out here in the world. I'm finna do this. I'm about to do this. I'm gonna do it. Yep, this is what I'm gonna do. New year, new me, all of that nonsense. And there's no action behind you trying to change the negativity in your life. This is what I be telling people about me. It's nothing I can't come back from that you bring up from my past, because boy, I'm not that person anymore. I'm not that anymore. You feel what I'm saying? Because I have actually taken not just the thought of wanting to change for the better, wanting to change my negativity. I want to change. I'm actually showing you. And I come out here and I try to be an example to people. When you meet me or when you get on that phone with me behind the scenes, I try to actually, many of you have talked to me behind the scenes. And I'm gonna be all the way real with you. Y'all won't believe some of y'all who talk to me, who actually talk to me behind the scenes right now. I promise you, there's some of y'all behind the scenes from this side and that side who talk to me behind the scenes. And if they ever, and like I told y'all the other night, I don't put people's names out there because it's not popular to stand next to me. It's not popular. People attack you because you stand next to me. People will attack you because you stand next to me, because you say, I like Callie. Callie's not actually a bad guy, you know, or you come out to help me help humanity. you'll find out I got to know Cali for myself, and he didn't even talk about the negative shit behind the scenes. He talked about me bettering myself, getting away from certain things. Here's the thing. Yes, I may come in people's chat and I'll listen to y'all and I'll laugh at the clowns on the stage at the circus. Balance. But you don't see me coming on my panel holding lives, attacking women, and yeah, 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 and this and that, and being messy like a little sissy. You know what I'm saying? These little sassy sissy Negroes out here. I'm trying to show an example of when y'all get done with the mess, I'm gonna try to give y'all something a little inspiring, hopefully. Yeah.
trend in your life, then you have to make an effort to turn it around. Even though true change begins from within, it never ends there. Go from resolutions to taking action. Do something about your decisions.
Shout out to you, Mac. Shout out to Mac.
This is the only way you can grow and get better. This is the only way to create positive change. Number 11, the law of patience and reward. Nothing of value is created without a patient mindset. Reward comes with being patient. No matter how long it takes, if you persistently continue to sow the seeds of hard work, in time, the reward will eventually come. You have to continue to persist and make decisions that are consistent with your goals. Focus on the process and do your best every day. Don't get caught up in comparing yourself to others who are seemingly achieving more. If you truly understand your worth, you won't bother with comparisons.
Now, if y'all look at my sister Amora and even my sister Jenny, there's a lot of people who's jealous of those sisters because they're comparing themselves. They're looking at the money those sisters make on YouTube, and it's making jealous, envious people mad about the money they're seeing those sisters make. But guess what? Those sisters are also connecting themselves to positive energy too. People who are actually taking actions to show humanity or putting actual actions into the universe of being positive and not just sitting on the line quoting Bible scriptures. Oh, yeah, and playing gospel music and praying. You got a lot of backstabbing people over on that side. They're snaking each other. I got people right now that I was cool with, and all of a sudden they started resonating with evil people, and even started talking down on me when they once defended me. And now all of a sudden, because somehow they're resonating with evil people who's attacking positivity, the positivity in me, now all of a sudden I'm a woman beater and I'm a child molester and I'm all of these things that they once defended me from, or I've shown that it's not true, and people still want to push the lie. But that's balance, y'all. This is what I was explaining to the ladies at work yesterday. I don't believe in religion, but I do acknowledge good and I do acknowledge evil. It's balance of the universe. It's just laws of the universe. You have good, you have bad, you have happy, you have sad, you have up, you have down, you have in, you have out, you have light, you have dark. It's balance of the universe. So there's always going to be evil people. I don't resonate with man-made religions. I don't. But I do. I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it. Yep. And I already know what you're talking about, Mac. I've been here. I know what you're talking about. But again, what I'm talking about right now has nothing to do with man-made religions. Okay? And this is what I was explaining to those sisters last night. There's a new me. What's happening with you? Mom of three, Halito, Tawana, Halito, what's happening? Empress is in here. Kathleen is in here. Shout out to y'all. This is what I was in the conversation I was having at work last night. This is what I was explaining to those sisters who are believers. And we had a dope conversation. I was just explaining to them, I don't follow man-made religions. And notice, even my mama can watch this video, who is a believer and who is a pastor, and she can resonate with what's being said in this video. And not one time was God, Jesus, Allah, Jehovah, or anything mentioned in this video. These are just principles of life, choices, decisions we make in life. You are in control of you, just like Max said. Max said, I made the choice. I made the choice to leave and focus on my personal goals because it was way too much negative shit, lying and fake shit going on. Now, this is someone from the Indian community. You see how this is all tying in? I'm talking to my Indian community, American Indian community, but I'm also talking to those of you who are new to me from the saga. I'm just showing you choices and decisions you make in life. You can't control how other people act, what they respond, what they like, any of that. You can't control that. All you can control is what you do. This right here, this comment on the screen right here is a demonstration of taking action, making a choice, making a decision. There was a thought somewhere that he felt, hey, I need to pull back. Something ain't resonating with me. Some of you from the saga had to pull back from some people because something wasn't resonating with you. And it wasn't moving you positively in the direction that you're you spiritually inside of you really want to go. You found yourself attaching yourself to negative energy, negative people. And at some point, some of you had the thoughts. Remember, I said it starts with the thought. Any path to freedom starts with the thought of you needing to be free. Okay? So if you don't know, you need to be free, or you need to pull back and reset. You need to pull back and reset. Whoa, this ain't even me. Who am I attached? Have you ever had that moment where you had to pull back and say, man, who am I rocking with? I've had those moments. And I had to say, yo, this ain't even me right here. Like, this shit y'all on ain't me. All right. You have people who are not going to take responsibility for the choices and the decisions they make in life, but yet they're going to point the finger and they're going to blame you. They're going to blame you for the negativity that they have around them. When they could simply take the choice, and say, yo, I'm going to remove myself. Just as I did on that. Remember, I told you, my friend, I made the decision to remove myself off those phone calls because he wasn't motivating me positively. And at some point, if I would have continued to sit on that phone every morning with this person, it just wasn't moving me in the right direction. I would have eventually, all of that I'm letting into my psyche would have started to affect me in some type of way. Mirror, mirror, Halito, Miss D, Halito, what's happening with you? Lacondas, what's happening with you? B Skates checking in. Nini, what's happening with you? If I'd have continued every morning to listen to this negativity, this is going on in the hood, this is going, eventually that would have began to it would begin to take over me. This is why in my household, I'm very funny about, I tell my family, stop watching all that reality TV stuff. Get like, I don't mind you watching it. Stop watching so much of it. Stop watching so much of it. Because if all you're watching is, oh, he's cheating. Oh, I did this with your man. Oh, I took your man. Oh, he's cheating with my wife. Eventually, the more and more you start to allow that stuff into your psyche, guess what's going to start happening in your household? You're going to start, because you've been watching this negative energy stuff, which is programming you, you're going to start to, in your own household. Now, you and your man is arguing. You and your woman is arguing. You mad at your children, or you questioning this and you questioning that because you're allowing all this negativity into your psyche. Now it's coming out into your home. So even in my household, I have to tell my family, yo, slow down on that reality TV stuff. Me and my fiance had to have a conversation one time. Hey, what else do you like? What else do you think about in life? What is your purpose here? Like you can't honestly just think you're here to wake up, go to work, come home, watch reality TV, go to bed, wake up, go to work, come home, watch reality TV, go to bed. Like you can't possibly think this is your life. What else do you think about? I had to tell my fiance, like, yo, it shouldn't take me to come to you with uh thought-provoking conversations. It shouldn't take me. I asked my fiance one time, when was the last time you came to me with a thought-provoking conversation? And she had to actually stop and think, like, yo, you got a point. I said, what do you care about? I said, there's a whole universe out here. Like, there's a whole universe. What do you like? What do you care about? What interests you outside of this reality TV and all of this sissy fighting and all of this on these shows and stuff? Like, what else interests you in life? There's a whole universe out there. Nothing else. And then that's when she started to walk her path and she started to find things in her life and she started to dig into her purpose. She actually is on a whole different path than me. She's into like she gets into like the whole meditation and all of that. I haven't gotten into that yet. I haven't walked that path yet. My daughter walks the path of meditation and all of that. I haven't walked that path yet. I haven't that hasn't been introduced into my path. She's kind of into the numbers and stuff. I haven't walked that path yet. But she's finding herself now. She's finding her journey, her path, and that's all I wanted her to do. There's more things out there than being negative on the internet. On the internet, trying to manipulate people, con people, take from people, beg from people. There's way more to life. How do you motivate anybody positively? What do you support in a person? Especially when it comes to this saga stuff. Those of you who follow this online saga, when you look at your content creator, ask yourself, what do you support in them? If you call yourself a this supporter and a that supporter, take a second and ask yourself, what do I support in that person? What is it that I support? What do they do? What have they done? And it's going to tell you a lot about yourself, who you are. I promise you. It's going to tell you a lot about who you are as a person when the saga I'm talking about is this y'all know the whole little Robert Hampton, Brianna saga thing. I know a lot of us over here in this American Indian community, we don't care about none of that shit. Like we don't even talk. Nobody over here in the Indian community talks about none of that shit. This is a whole nother sector of YouTube who deals with that nonsense over there. Like it's nonsense. It's a bunch of nonsense. It's a bunch of evil people trying to tear down one man's ex-wife. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, those people. And that's what I'm saying. You see how the people over here are responding? They like, yeah, man, we don't care about none of that shit over here. We don't talk about none of that shit. But I am speaking on it because I have a lot of them who are new to my channel, who are following me, and I'm just trying to show them a lot of the people who they're connecting themselves to and why I don't connect myself to a lot of those people and why I attack certain people who are trying to attack me and hinder good people from being good people, and they want them to be toxic. It's a lot of that going on over there. So this video spoke to me in different sectors, because I have different people watching me now, and I know this. You can see a lot of names in the chat that isn't a part of the American Indian community. You feel what I'm saying?
Created without a
I gave a lot of great information and gave people choices like God. When you remove yourself, those who speak against you will reveal themselves, which has happened. So I heard facts. When you remove yourself, no, real talk. And this is why I remove myself from a lot of things. When you remove yourself, people will show you who they are. I promise you. Now I totally and Mac is someone who has put a lot of great information out here in our American Indian community. He's one of the ones, again, one of the ones who was putting information out here before it was cool to say you were an Indian or an North American Aboriginal. Um, he's one of the ones. So I totally understand the attacks he came under also. I totally understand. We coming to the end of the video, y'all.
patient mindset. Reward comes with being patient. No matter how long it takes, if you persistently continue to sow the seeds of hard work, in time, the reward will eventually come. You have to continue to persist and make decisions that are consistent with your goals. Focus on the process and do your best every day. Don't get caught up in comparing yourself to others who are seemingly achieving more. If you truly understand your worth, you won't bother with comparisons. Hard work eventually pays off. Even if it takes time, you just have to be patient. Number 12, the law of significance and inspiration. The best reward is one that contributes to the whole. This last law and the first law are quite similar. The first law focuses on the individual, while the last law focuses on the collective effects of actions. It is true that you will eventually reap what you sow, but we should also realize that our individual decisions and actions become our eventual contributions to society. All of our intentions and actions build up massive energy that creates results that affect all of us. This energy is eventually transmitted into our society and the world at large, so make sure your actions provide value and inspiration to others. Make a conscious effort to be good to people. Pursue your goals and passions. Lead by example. Whether you believe in karma or not,
Lead by example. And that's all I try to do. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? But I try to correct my mistakes, or I will acknowledge my mistakes in order to try to do better. I was told, what's a mistake without the lesson? So even in my mistakes, I try to find a lesson in my mistake. Even in my bad situations, I've always tried to find um uh lessons. Exclusive, what's happening with you, sis? What's happening? Even in my mistakes, even in my wrongdoings, even in my my bad situations, I have always tried to find the lesson. You feel what I'm saying? The lesson inside of it, and try to put it towards bettering myself. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that's the end of the video. Let me see.
you can probably agree that these laws contain fundamental principles and wisdom that anyone and everyone can apply to make life better.
Even if you don't believe in karma, he said.
Effort to be good to people. Pursue your goals and passions. Lead by example. Whether you believe in karma or not, you can probably agree that these laws contain fundamental principles and wisdom that anyone and everyone can apply to make life better. To live a life of impact you genuinely desire, mastering these 12 laws of karma will prove very useful in your quest for fulfillment. What do you think? Do you believe in karma? What are your thoughts on these karmic laws?
Now, with that being said, um, again, what I was trying to show the sisters that I was talking to last night is no, I don't believe in man-made religions. I just don't. Um, but this video, I think anybody could have found very informative. Um, and if they're looking for growth with inside of them, right? If they're looking for growth with inside of them, I think this video, 12 laws of karma, laws of attraction, universal laws, things like this, stoic philosophies. I think these type things, even people who follow religion can resonate with. But this video I just played to you, I think is was very informative and inspiring. And not one time did anybody mention a God, a Jesus, or force their religious belief down someone's throat. You feel what I'm saying? And that's all I be trying to show people. You can find inspirational things. You don't always have to run to a religion, because I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people in religion, they hide behind religion to do a lot of their dirt. They hide behind these guys. This is what I be telling y'all. A lot of these people don't even believe in their God. They don't believe in no. They don't believe in the consequences of meeting their God. They don't believe in the consequences of that. This is why they do the stuff. This is why they quote the Bible scriptures and throw these Bible scriptures around as if they're trying to be positive, but their actions don't add up to these Bible scriptures that they be trying to throw around. And this is why I look at stuff like that and it pushes me more and more and more away from your religious beliefs. Because if you're not scared of your God, why would I be scared of your God? So with that being said, y'all, check out the people you have around you. Remember, you are the company you keep. You attract who you are. I can't say that enough. You attract who you are. All right. So look who you got around you. Look at, if you can't call your friend out, if you can't call your friend out on their BS and their you might want to get away from that friend. If you can't hold your circle accountable, hey brother, you shouldn't post people's dead relatives, bro. Hey brother, I thought you said you was done. I thought you said what? Hey brother, why are you attacking them women? Hey brother, why are you even involved in that mess? Hey sister, why are you talking about that woman's children? Why are you doing this, sister? Like what? Like if you can't talk to your circle in that manner, throw the whole circle away. Throw the whole circle away. Just throw the whole circle away. All right. Because that circle is not there to help you. All right. So and they're not there to push you up or forward. There's only two directions you should want to go in growth. In growth. In growth. That's up, that's forward. To the top while progressing forward. That's it. That's all. Period. Respectfully. And if you have people around you, if you have people around you that are evil minded, they're about drama, every day they're mad, that's energy you're connecting to you. And if you choose to stick with that karma, stick with that type of energy around you, cause and effect. If that's what you're choosing to attach yourself to, because you choose to attach yourself to that, your karma may send that type of energy right back to you. But if you have people around you and you want to better yourself, you have people around you that's negative like that, and you want to better yourself, it's probably best that you get away from those people. It's probably best that you get away, you find your way away from those type people. And it's probably best you simply cut ties.